it's possible to have feelings for two people at the same time.
So he still hasn't gotten the message that you've moved on.
So you chose your ex over her after all you guys have been through.
You know who managed to ruin my Sunday? Crybaby Rick. That smug smile, then the tears, somehow less real than his abs.
I love you so much, but I can't block her.
This whole scene, after he's been caught and they talk, was right after he got Trisha's family's blessing to marry her. Ugh. But what actually makes this worse is how this whole thing starts. Rick is 52 years old, flying across the world to meet 25-year-old Trish in Madagascar. This is a big age gap, almost 30 years. And Trish, she wants a baby.
No, I already have 5.
Rick, he doesn't say no, but he does do that whole let's talk about it later thing because there's something going on that he needs to figure out.
A few weeks ago, she just stopped talking to me. She basically ghosted me.
And if that sounds familiar, it should. Because this is Big Ed behavior all over again. Like how Rose made it very clear that she wanted more kids, but Ed just ignored her and gave her mouthwash.
Your breath is not, pretty.
The whole storyline that he sets up is that he's going to meet Trish, but at one point she had disappeared for a few days, and now Rick doesn't trust her.
And when it comes to Trish's ex-boyfriend, I don't think that she would go back with him, but he has money, and that makes me insecure.
He says this on the first episode, planting a seed, framing it like, oh my god, she might be cheating, even though we know that she's not the one cheating. So he goes to Madagascar and they meet in person.
All I want to focus on is our bond.
Surprise!
They hit it off to the point where we see and learn too much about Rick, Trish, and this trash bag.
This is what I like to call our splash pad.
After they had slept together is when we finally learn what happened with Trish ghosting Rick. In the few days that Trish wasn't talking to him, he took a trip to Colombia to see his ex-girlfriend. Trish doesn't know this.
I'm not quite ready to tell her what happened in Colombia yet.
But this whole time, we were told that he was so worried when he was the one that was meeting up with an ex. Ugh. And instead of telling Trish right away, he waits. And while he waits, he continuously hassles her about her ex.
She was still in contact with her ex.
He's trying to get me back. I said, no, I already have someone. Then he got mad because I said no.
Rick, the big hypocrite, is over here mad when he still hasn't admitted that he cheated. She ends up showing him her phone to prove that she hadn't talked to her ex.
So he still hasn't gotten the message that you've moved on.
Rick seems to get over it, but even the producers at this point are like, why do you keep thinking she's cheating? Do you think it's because you cheated?
It's possible.
Why is he smiling? Ugh, I hate this guy. Trish seems to get a sense that something is wrong. I mean, she thought her ex was a good guy, and then it turned out that he was cheating on her the whole time. Now she's wondering why this guy is so insecure.
What if he's hiding something?
So sorry, Trish. This is happening to you again. Rick continues to suck, saying things like Trish is bougie for wanting bathing suits, all while he takes her to this secluded resort to dress her up and roleplay.
Act like you're exploring the jungle. Well, let's get into it.
I think it's stupid. It's not even sexy.
She just wanted a new bikini. And at this secluded resort, this is where he decides to tell her about what really happened when she ghosted him.
I decided to book a trip going to Colombia to be with my ex.
His whole story at the beginning was that she just stopped talking to him. But the more she chimes in on this, it doesn't even sound like she really ghosted him. She told the story of how she was going through a lot, and it was only 5 days.
And I still didn't hear from you till a couple of days after that. And by then, I had already booked a flight there.
So let me get this straight. In 5 days, he booked a whole international trip, actually visited Colombia, and slept with his ex there in those 5 days. And this is while she says she's going through a lot.
I did reply to your call, and I even told you I'll call
And
you when I'm free.
Like, he just keeps getting worse. I'm convinced that he already had that trip booked, or planned at least. And then he tried to find a way to make it seem like him and Trish were broken up so he could go sleep with his ex. That 5-day timeline makes no sense. At first, Trish seems really upset, and you think, this could be over. Thank God. But then ultimately she decides to forgive Rick. And she still has him meet her family. Poor choice. So they end up getting her family's blessing. Rick suddenly agrees to have a baby with her. This really turns around for a little bit. But when they head to the airport, Trish discovers something on Rick's phone.
She probably saw that my ex had texted me.
While Rick was meeting Trish's family, the ex he met up with in Colombia texted him. And he responded saying, "Some of the most beautiful times of my life have been with you." And Trish saw it. Rick, what are you doing?
They start talking while we are at my father's house. Leave me alone. I don't want anything from you.
I almost feel like he texted this right in front of Trish because he's like, you know what? No, I don't want to have a baby, even though I just told your family I would. Oh man, Rick, you can't tap dance your way out of this one. I was hoping again that this would be the last straw for Trish. I mean, she changes her seat on the flight. It again seems like it's over. Rick is crying. Like, why is he crying? Because he got caught? Does he think crying will make her stay? Probably.
I didn't have any plans to go back with my ex or anything like that. And I didn't say that in the text messages, but I could see why Trish would be afraid that it could happen.
So he had checked Trish's phone to make sure that she hadn't recently talked to her ex. All of this was to verify that she had moved on, and her ex knew that she had moved on.
So he still hasn't gotten the message that you've moved on.
But it's actually Rick who hasn't moved on from his ex in Colombia this whole time. When he told the whole story of how he went and visited his ex and slept with her during that 5-day ghosting situation, I believed that he was terrible enough to cheat on Trish, but I underestimated how awful he really is. And the way he describes the relationship with his ex is just ew.
There was so much chemistry sexually and any other type of way that you can think of.
He doesn't say, we have such a good time together, she's such a great person, she knows me so well. It's all about sex. And he says that she knew about his trip to Madagascar, which means that he had been talking to her this whole time. He had both of these women that he was stringing along, just in case one didn't work out. If it didn't go well in Madagascar, I'm betting he was ready to go to Colombia next. So unfortunately, once again, Trish agrees to meet up with Rick. And you can tell that he thinks he still has a chance with her because he leans in, like he's gonna kiss her.
Not exactly the greeting I was expecting.
There's that damn smirk again. He really thinks he can talk her into staying with him. And she doesn't just say it's over.
If you want this relationship, make her understand that I'm with you. Make her understand that you don't want her anymore.
I think in this moment, if he would have blocked his ex, she probably would have forgiven him for some reason. But he doesn't. Instead, he starts to cry, saying he can't block his ex. Turn on those tears because that's gonna work.
So you chose your ex over her after all you guys have been through.
Just not ready to let go. Totally.
So this guy came to Madagascar to be with Trish, but before he even gets on the plane, claims she's not trustworthy. Then he arrives and meets her, accuses her of still contacting her ex, also while he's texting his own ex. So now when she tells him to block her, he says no.
I mean, love isn't so black and white. It's possible to have feelings for two people at the same time.
What was the point of coming to Madagascar? It must have just been to sleep with Trish and then go to Colombia and sleep with that lady and then go back to Madagascar, say whatever to get her to sleep with him again and then go back to the other lady. What was the plan?
I cannot be with someone who still have feelings for his ex.
It's crazy because when it was the possibility of Trish having her ex still, that's not okay. But when he does it, it's fine. And then he cries because he can't choose between them, and that's supposed to make Trish okay with it? That's insane. I think he never planned to marry Trish, but once he heard her family say that the baby was a deal breaker, he was already booking those tickets to Colombia. So she blocks him, which, like, cool, I guess. But how about you also stop agreeing to talk to him and actually ghost him for real this time?
I still want us to go on.
I cannot do that. I'll never be a second choice of someone.
I would like to say that she's really done this time, but she's now disappointed me twice. So let's hope that she doesn't disappoint a third time. Get away from this loser, please. So she walks away saying that he made his choice, and Rick breaks down.
I wish she realized that I do love her and I do think that she's special. I just wasn't ready.
Every time we have seen this guy cry, it's because he did something wrong, and then he couldn't talk his way out of it. And this is like his last ditch effort to get her to stay. But I really hope that the tears don't work on Trish this time. And I'm hoping that this preview that we saw for next week is actually because she's gifting him a trash bag for his flight home. This guy has been so irritating to watch. Do you think Trish leaves him in the dust? God, I hope so. I really want to hope that this is the last time we see him on the show. But you know, since he sucks so bad that they're probably going to give him like 3 spinoffs. So I'm guessing he'll be back. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And also, this is my QR code to my Snapchat. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!